Kamusta tropa? And welcome back sa aming YouTube channel, iForbes Sports. It's PBA Game Day today, tropa. At bago ang mga laro na yan, heto muna ang full details para sa latest PBA Philippine Cup updates on game schedule today, updated PBA team standings, and the top 15 PBA highest scorers ngayong PBA All-Filipino Conference as of today, May 9, 2025.
PBA Philippine Cup games scheduled for today, May 9, 2025. The PBA Elimination Round games continues today, as the Grand Slam seeking Talk NLEX TROPANG 5G will be looking for win number 2 in their ongoing quest for that elusive Grand Slam title, as they will be playing versus an easy opponent in Terrafirma Jeep in the opening PBA game today. Tip-off for the TNT versus Terrafirma PBA live game will be at 5 in the afternoon today. And for the main game, two teams that are on a 3-game losing streak will be looking to end their early struggles, as the PBA Philippine Cup All-Filipino Conference defending champions Meralco Bolts will be playing versus Arvin Tolentino and the rest of the Northport BATANG PIER in the second game scheduled today. Tip-off for the Meralco versus Northport PBA live game will be at 7:30 in the evening today. Both PBA Live Today games will be played at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City.
Bago natin silipin ang updated PBA team standings, tara at kilalanin naman muna natin ang top 15 PBA Philippine Cup scoring leaders sa ongoing PBA All-Filipino Conference today. Ano kaya scoring average ng favorite PBA player mo, tropa? Heto at kilalanin na natin ang top 15 PBA best scorers today.
PBA Philippine Cup top scoring leaders as of today, May 9, 2025. At number 15 is the main man and one of the best basketball scorers in the last few years of the PBA so far is Arvin Tolentino of the Northport BATANG PIER. Arvin Tolentino is averaging 17 points per game in just 2 games so far this conference, shooting just 39% from the field, along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. At number 14 is a former Letran Knight standout and is having a career-best conference in the PBA today, is Louis Sangalang of the Terrafirma Jeep. Louis Sangalang is averaging 17 points, with 7.4 rebounds and 3 assists per game in 5 games so far this conference, while shooting 47% from the field. At number 13 is one of the upcoming best big man in the PBA today, and having another solid conference is Justin Arena of the Converge Fiber X. Justin Arena is averaging 17.67 points per game in 6 games so far, along with 11.5 rebounds and 3 assists, while shooting the basketball almost 51% from the field. At number 12 is the 33-year-old Filipino-American rookie and is solid on both ends of the floor, is Kaylin Tiongson of the Rain or Shine ELASTO Painters. Kaylin Tiongson is averaging 17.67 points per game in 3 games this conference, with 6 rebounds and 3.67 assists, shooting almost 54% from the field. At number 11 is the PBA 49th season second overall draft pick rookie and a very prolific scoring machine, is Cedric Bearfield of the BLACKWATER Bossing. Cedric Bearfield is averaging 18 points per game in 4 games so far this conference, along with 2.25 rebounds and 3.75 assists, but only shooting 34.29% from the field. At number 10 is the PBA 49th season 4th overall draft pick rookie and is also having a breakout conference is Kai Balungay of the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Kai Balungay is averaging 18.4 points per game in 5 games so far this conference, along with 10.8 rebounds and almost 1 assist, while shooting 53.33% from the floor. At number 9 is a former Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagle standout and is having a career conference is Gian Mamuyak of the Rain or Shine ELASTO Painters. Gian Mamuyak is averaging 18.4 points per game this conference, along with 3.6 rebounds and 2.8 assists in 5 games, while shooting 45.71% from the field. At number 8 is also another Coach Yang Giao player, and one of the best undersized big man today, Santi Santillan of the Rain or Shine ELASTO Painters. Santi Santillan is averaging 18.6 points per game so far in 5 games this PBA All-Filipino Conference, on top of 7.6 rebounds, 0.6 assists, and has a 47.83% field goal shooting. At number 7 is probably the best offensive player in the PBA today from anywhere in the court is Robert Bullock of the NLEX Road Warriors. Robert Bullock is averaging 19.2 points per game in 5 games. So for this PBA Philippine Cup, along with 6.4 rebounds and conference best 7.2 assists per game while shooting just 42% from the field. At number 6 is the only PBA 8-time most valuable player, and many already tagged him as the greatest of them all, Junmar Fajardo of the San Miguel BEERMEN. Junmar Fajardo is averaging 19 points per game, on top of 12.8 rebounds and 2.6 assists in 5 games so far this PBA All-Filipino Conference, and have shot the basketball 59% from the field. Now for the top 5, at number 5 in scoring is a former UP Diliman standout and one of the PBA rising star today, Xavier Lucero of the MAGNOLIA TIMPLADOS HOTSHOTS. Xavier Lucero is averaging 19.4 points in 5 games so far this PBA All-Filipino Cup, while also grabbing 7.8 rebounds and dishing out 2 assists, while shooting an efficient 54.55% from the field. At number 4 is a former Gilas Pilipinas young player who plays well on both ends of the floor, and one of the rising PBA stars as well today is William Navarro of the Northport BATANG PIER. Will Navarro is averaging 20.75 points in 4 games so far this PBA Philippine Cup, while grabbing 10 rebounds and 1.25 assists, and have shot 54.39% from the floor. At number 3 in PBA All-Filipino scoring this conference is now an injury-free big man, Jason Perkins of the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Jason Perkins is averaging 21 points per game in 3 games so far this PBA Philippine Cup, while grabbing 6 rebounds and dishing out 3 assists as well per game. Perkins also shot 53.30% from the field. At number 2 is a current Gilas Pilipinas sharpshooter and a two-way player on the offensive and defensive end, Calvin Oftana of the Grand Slam Seeking Talk and TROPANG 5G. Calvin Oftana is averaging 21 points per game in 4 games this PBA conference, along with 10 rebounds and 4.5 assists, while shooting 50% from the floor for the TNT new franchise player. And taking the PBA best scoring honor is another Gilas Pilipinas player and SMB top point guard, the Predator, CJ Perez of the San Miguel BEERMEN. CJ Perez is averaging conference best 24 points per game in 5 games so far this conference, along with 5.2 rebounds and 4.8 assists per game. Perez is also averaging 49.44% shooting from the field.
Tara, samahan mo naman ako tropa at silipin natin ang updated PBA Philippine Cup, latest PBA team standings today, May 9, 2025.
PBA Philippine Cup, the All-Filipino Conference PBA standings as of today, May 9, 2025. The Magnolia TIMPLADOS HOTSHOTS remains at the very summit of the PBA standings today, with a very impressive undefeated record on the ongoing PBA All-Filipino Conference, with 5 wins and no defeat. At the second spot are the red-hot NLEX Road Warriors, who are currently riding on a 4-game winning streak, with 4 victories and 1 loss record standing. At the third spot are the rising powerhouse independent team, the Converge Fiber X, with 4 wins and 2 defeats, and are on a 3-game winning streak. Sharing the 4th and 5th places are the powerhouse San Miguel BEERMEN and the young and talented Rain or Shine ELASTO painters, with 3 wins and 2 defeats standing. At number 6 are the crowd favorites BRGY GINEBRA Gin Kings, who have split their first 4 games of the PBA Philippine Cup Conference with 2 wins and 2 losses. Tied at the number 7 and number 8 in the PBA standings today are the Phoenix Fuel Masters and the PBA Philippine Cup defending champions Meralco Bolts, who both carrying the same win-loss record of 2 victories against 3 losses. Also sharing the 9th and 10th places are the Northport BATANG PIER and the Grand Slam hopeful TROPANG 5G, with just 1 win and 3 defeats. And tied at the last 2 spots in the PBA team standings, at number 11 and 12, are the usual bottom dwellers BLACKWATER Bossing and the Terrafirma Jeep, who both only had 1 win and already piled up 4 defeats. Only the top 8 teams will advance in the PBA playoffs quarterfinal round after the end of the elimination games, and the bottom 4 will get eliminated. The top 4 teams will enjoy a twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals, against the 5th to 8th seeded teams.